Hi everyone. What we're going to do today is do a comparison between, or start some comparisons between a commercial defrag utility, namely Perfect Disk 10, which happens to be my favorite, and many of the free utilities that are available out on the internet. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I see a lot people asking whether or not it's a good idea to pay for a commercial defrag utility. And one thing that always bothers me is that there's always this group of people that are quick to jump on and say, why would you spend your time or your money paying for a tool when there's all these free ones available? Well, I'm not going to advocate that you actually spend your money and pay for a defrag utility, but what I will do is show you why you might want a commercial defrag utility and show you that in some cases you actually get what you pay for, and choosing to use a defrag utility may not be the best option. Certainly, if you want the best solution, you're going to have to go with a commercial utility, which, let's face it, these are tools with patented technologies and sort of industry tested algorithms for optimizing a drive. So what we have are some tools that I actually got from the folks at Perfect Disk. This is actually a drive image that they use to compare the product against other commercial products. Now, we won't be comparing against other commercial products. I'm not sure how a commercial company or competitors might feel about having their tool compared on YouTube. But you know what I'm saying? I think maybe they would want to take the video down. So instead, we're just going to compare with the free tools so that we can see, what the real difference is. So here we actually have Perfect Disk. This is the latest version, Perfect Disk 10. And this drive image here, it's a 100 gig drive image. It's not much free space on it. The statistics for it are pretty bad. So you can see here that Perfect Disk is recommending a smart placement defrag on this drive. File fragmentation is really high. Directory fragmentation is poor. Free space is abysmal, and the performance of the drive is horrendous. So there's a couple of metrics here that are really important that not too many commercial tools really report on. Free space consolidation being one of them. A lot of defraggers will focus on removing file fragmentation and completely ignore the consolidation of free space, which, by the way, is what you want if you have an SSD. But what we're going to do is, and we're going to time lapse this because, this significant amount of data. The drive is heavily trashed, but we're going to run Perfect Disk on this and see what kind of results we get. And then what we'll do is we'll run a free utility in a subsequent video against the same drive. We'll restore the drive and see how it does. And so we'll just do that and go on and out, and I'll take requests from people if they want to see a particular tool go up against this particular volume. Now, I do want to point this out. Obviously, not everyone's drive is going to be in a condition like this. I do believe that if your drive is in more or less, a healthy state, a free utility will do a decent job. But that's kind of the gist of it. If you want the absolute best result, something that's going to go beyond just normal file fragmentation and do a high, really in-depth optimization of the file system, then you're going to have to go with a commercial tool. But if you are satisfied with just having, okay results, or less than optimal results, some people will take the stance that, if it's free, it's me. So, nothing to knock the free tools. They'll do a decent, okay drive so long as you don't have a serious problem. But if you're like me, you'll come to see that there's certainly a difference between the free tools out there and the commercial ones. And for me, I would not go without Perfect Disk. So what we're going to do here is just take a look at the couple of settings. This is actually the virtual edition of Perfect Disk, but I have it set to run as a physical computer. I have the resource usage set to maximum, so I'm having it essentially ignore any and all throttling. So it's going to run as fast as it possibly can. You see here we've set the resource consumption, the provisioning for it, all the way up. And we're going to run this manually. We're not going to use the automatic method, which runs silently in the background. We're just going to let it run full bore. And the first thing we're going to do to get the best results is perform an offline or boot time defrag. Something that Perfectus can do is I can actually accomplish this without actually having to restart the machine. So we'll wait for this to get done and then kick off the smart placement defrag like it recommends, and then we'll go there. Obviously, it's going to take a little while to process this drive, but we'll time lapse it, see how long it takes, and see what kind of results we get. And then after that, we'll discuss what those results are. And from once we have that baseline in place, we will start comparing, doing little comparison videos. We'll run some free utilities, install it on the same machine, restore the image, and then see what kind of results we get. So this has started now, so I'm just basically going to walk away from this, and I'll edit the video later and add a little bit of audio at the end just to go over the results. So here we go. The Great Wall is what I've called it, and we'll see how the free utilities do against this on a subsequent video. Okay, so it looks like we're done. So went down a number of fragments. Basically, this drive has been completely optimized. I'm sure that if I ran a subsequent pass, I might get even better results, but largest free space went from 1.5 megs to 1.38 gigabytes, which is essentially almost all of the free space on the drive is just 1.5 gigs free. So essentially all the free space has been consolidated on the drive, and the results are nothing short of excellent on a drive that was in a horrible condition. So what we'll do from here on out is just use this as sort of as a baseline and see what free tools we can find that will actually process this drive and give us a similar result in a similar amount of time. I mean, the amount of time that it took this to run here, you see, it's well over an hour, I believe. We take a look at the log and we take a look at the elapsed time, about an hour and 40 minutes. Obviously, lots of work to do, but the point is that it got it done. So we'll see what other free tools can do about this drive. And that's it. We'll wrap this video up and just go from here.